Picture this moment with me. A child sits in the middle of the living room floor, surrounded by what may seem to just be a cardboard box. But watch their eyes. Watch as something magical happens beyond those bright eyes. Suddenly, that box isn't empty space. It's a rocket ship preparing for Mars. It's a castle where brave knights gather. It's a time machine ready to transport them to worlds we've never imagined. In that single moment, we're witnessing something extraordinary. We're seeing a wonder worker at their craft. You see, every child comes into this world equipped with a superpower so profound and so transformative that its value warrants our protection for the treasure it is, our cultivating for the harvest it yields. That superpower is creativity. Not just the ability to make pretty things or tell interesting stories, but the power to reshape reality itself. Wonder workers don't just experience the world, they actively transform it. With nothing more than imagination and the courage to trust their vision, they take what is and turn it into what could be. They see possibilities where others see problems. They ask, "What if?" with the confidence of people who know that what if is where all the most beautiful adventures begin. Now, there's something remarkable that researchers have discovered about this creative superpower. When people, children and adults alike, engage in creative activities, something extraordinary happens in their brains and hearts. A groundbreaking study found that creativity doesn't just make us feel good in the moment, it actually builds what scientists call flourishing, a deep sense of energy, connection, and capability that grows stronger over time. And here's the beautiful part. This wasn't about people who call themselves artists or creative professionals. This was about everyday people doing everyday creative things, cooking a new recipe, rearranging furniture, making up bedtime stories. Every single act of creation, no matter how small, contributed to their sense of well-being and their belief in their own capability. Children understand this instinctively. When a 5-year-old builds an elaborate city with blocks, they're not just playing, they're practicing being someone who can envision something that doesn't exist and then make it real. When a 7-year-old writes a story about a brave mouse who saves the day, they're exploring what courage looks like and discovering that they have the power to imagine solutions. In our We Get to Be books, we introduce children to someone special, a character who embodies creativity, actively and enthusiastically. Otis is a kind of wonder worker every child recognizes because he's the kind of wonder worker every child already is. When Otis finds spare parts scattered in a box on his bedroom floor, he doesn't see random pieces, he sees possibilities. Instead of following instructions to build what someone else designed, he asks himself a different question. What if I don't build a telescope? What if I imagined and created a planet far beyond the stars? This is creativity in action. This is a child trusting his own vision and following his imagination wherever it leads. This isn't just fantasy. It's a metaphor for what creativity offers all of us. When we engage our imagination, when we commit to bringing our ideas to life, we do get transported. We move from being passive observers of the world to active creators within it. We discover that our ideas have the power to reshape our experience, our understanding, our possibilities. What makes Otis such a powerful guide is that he models something incredibly important: creative courage. He doesn't worry about whether his ideas will work perfectly. He doesn't wait for permission or approval. He doesn't need someone to tell him his creations are good enough. He troubleshoots, he discovers his mistakes, he solves the problem himself. He celebrates his successes and learns from his challenges, always ready to imagine the next adventure. Through Otis, children see that creativity involves both dreaming and doing, both imagining and implementing. They learn that the magic happens not just in having ideas, but in having the courage to pursue them. This is our invitation to every child who meets Otis. His adventures aren't just stories to read, they're templates for creative expression. When children see Otis coding new worlds, drawing adventures, and building magical transportation devices, they're seeing their own creative possibilities reflected back to them. We want children to close our books and think, I can do that too. Not copy exactly what Otis does, but use his creative courage as inspiration for their own unique explorations. Maybe they'll build their own robot from kitchen supplies. Maybe they'll draw maps of imaginary places. Maybe they'll code simple games or write stories about their own adventures and creativity. Wherever the creative journey leads, we want every child and every adult to embrace this profound truth. You are a wonder worker. You were born with the capacity to take what exists first as an idea and bring it to life through the power of creative expression. Children don't have to wait to grow up to create meaningful things. Adults don't need permission to trust their ideas or pursue their visions. The wonderful thing about creativity is that we don't have to choose imagination over ideation. Creativity becomes the doorway to invention and innovation. Every cardboard box spaceship, every sidewalk chalk masterpiece, every made-up song hummed in the car is practice for a lifetime of creative contribution. Every child who learns to trust their creative instincts grows into adults who believe they can make things better. And in a world that desperately needs people who believe they can make things better, supporting creativity isn't just good for children, it's good for all of us. The wonder workers are among us. They're in our homes, our classrooms, our communities. They're waiting for us to notice their spark and help it grow into a flame that will light the way forward. All we have to do is give them our yes. Yes to their creativity. Yes to their ideas. Yes to their beautiful, boundless capacity to imagine a better world and then, rather than just talking about it, creating it, one creative act at a time. The magic makers are here. The wonder workers are ready. The invitation is simple: to join them in co-creating a beautiful world of endless possibilities and moments to celebrate together.